So, before we get to May the 4th, right? We just did my own business, right? Wondering when Kendrick gonna drop at this, wondering, right? And then April 30th, by the man just come out of nowhere, drop Euphoria, boom. Everybody stop. Listen, I stop. I tag people as I normally do. It's like, all right, it's here, right? So we'll get to the May the 4th stuff just all right. But yeah, Euphoria, solid track. It lived up to it lived up to the wait. You know what I mean? Because we waited for a response from Kendrick for the past few weeks since he dropped that fiery verse on like that, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, the man came, he set his sight specifically at Drake because I should just get this out the way, boy. J. Cole backed out at just the right time.
I will just say it have three big winners of this. Number 3, new hooking restaurant.
I know, right?
That's one. Number 2, add a shout out. RDC World, they have had the best sketches on this thread. They was cooking on this material thread. That's absolutely cooking. Some of the funniest shit was coming out of them over this thread. Because it was putting it out fast thread. Like real fast.
Is it do they have a YouTube channel or is it just like TikTok stuff?
Yeah, mostly YouTube. I mostly know them from TikTok, but yeah, they have a YouTube channel. But they mostly do like material, really, really, really funny stuff as it is. But yeah, they've been putting out some of the funniest damn sketches overall, though, in my humble opinion. So yeah, and then yeah, number 3. I can't believe I said it, but I have to apologize to J. Cole.
Yes. We are sorry. We are all sorry, yeah.
No, I apologize to J. Cole. Like, you are absolutely right. Because Boro, what you avoid there, you see it coming. Yeah, boy. Good call. That's all I'll see.
And I'll talk about just how where this beef is going and the directions, right? But yeah, Euphoria drop. We were literally in Euphoria, right? Because like yes, we catch you can speak it out and see what he had to say, right? The production he does a 3-part song with this, right? 3 beats and whatnot, right? Of course, he caught us off guard with the first part, with the sort of dreamy production in the background, right? Which reminds me, right? There was this group by oh gosh, I'm forgetting the name of the group right now, but they had a song that Kanye produced for them called oh gosh, I forget the name right now, but I know Kanye used that same beat, that same sample for a beat that he did way back in the 2000s, right? Straight from the soul Kanye, right? I think that's just mere coincidence, right? But yeah, really, it's just the second and third parts that people were just going nuts off. Especially me. Well, for me, is the second verse, boy, and just how hard he went on it, right? Yeah. And for me though, like it just has the best line that I have heard in a rap song all week, which is yeah, fuck all that pushing P. Let me see you push it T. It's just how he says that T. I crack up the first time. Every time I see it, I crack it up. You had as a comment, I was laughing too.
Yeah, no, that catch me off guard because drinking water at the same time that is how we put it together and come in like nah boy, that was hard. That catch me because I still no boy point out there. It's like yeah, let push your T jump in at this point. But at this point it's kind of wild. Like it's Drake genuinely backed into a corner. Like I don't know how you're gonna come out of this in terms of just the aesthetic of it. It's just a bad look. Even though some of Kendrick's claims, I'm still a bit skeptical about. It still works. It still works as a beef, like in beef thing there. Shout out to this was that strongly recommend. There's a guy on TikTok, Christian Divine, right? Look up this dude. He has had some of the most like kind of antagonistic takes because his attitude is that don't try to put Kendrick on a pedestal about some of this stuff, but at the same time, you should take the direction of just the insults. So like when Kendrick doing just the straight insults, so to him is the best stuff, but when Kendrick doing the serious stuff, that stuff could kind of either age like milk or blow back on him in a way that you don't think it'll work all that well. And we'll get into that later with Family Matters. But this dude has been given some really good thing, and then he gave some great like advice to Drake, like in terms of like how to fight back. Legit great advice in my humble opinion, and it really works. But admittedly, the dude is like a chaos agent because he the video he does it, he just makes a Heath Ledger Joker impression. It's really funny. But yeah, shout out to that dude because he's been somebody most interesting and surprisingly salient commentary on all of this. Like in my humble opinion, most of it. But yeah, like continue.
Right. And of course, it's Kendrick, right? So when
Right,
he jumps on more energetic beats, you always have to come with some kind of cadence or some kind of wording or something. So
right,
that's how people like, oh, I remember that. Like for example, when you
right,
say you don't know nothing but that, you know what I mean? Like something like
right,
that.
right,
It,
right,
it
right,
just
right.
sticks out with you, right?
Yeah,
And I had to read it up. It's like, oh, it's in reference to how Drake usually adopts this British,
right.
accent when he's doing the
I what I
drill kind of stuff now,
that had me thinking. That had me thinking how you the opening, well, the early some of the early lines in ADHD. That's all I was thinking of that. Yeah,
Oh,
take to
right,
the
right.
place. Fuck that. That's
Yeah,
all I was
fuck
thinking.
that.
Whatever.
Right.
Yeah,
You're right. Yeah,
that's what I was thinking. That's
yeah.
where my mind went. Yeah.
And of course, last but not least, putting the world onto New Hawking Dread. Like again,
Right.
like with all of this, I had to go on Genius, right? And yeah, I didn't even know this was a restaurant actually
Right. Well,
in,
that
in,
blew up.
in Toronto. Hmm.
That blew up in the news about them. It's only
Yes.
have a couple of articles and little things about it. Plus, even SNL make like reference to this thing, Jared. That like even them make a reference to this.
I'm actually not surprised to hear that. I haven't seen
Yeah.
that episode. I know Dua Lipa's in it
Right.
as well, but
Do
yeah, I
it's
I
just
had a
last night.
feeling
Yeah.
that they brought it up in weekend
Right.
update.
And
I'm not
it's
surprised by
really
that.
good. It's a really good sketch.
Yeah. All right. Okay. I'll
Mhm.
I'll take it in later on, I guess. Right. But yeah, what I mean, he came off. He came through swinging with Euphoria, right?
Right.
I just want to mention the second track before we get to the maybe fourth stuff, right? And then you'll hear thoughts on Euphoria and this track, which would be 616 in LA, right?
Right.
Again, caught people by surprise with this, right? The beat though for me stood out more than the ones for Euphoria, right?
Right.
Mainly because it's that smooth, soulful stuff, right? There's an Al Green sample with it, which I had to go online and find out. I was like, hey, that song hard because I actually like me some Al Green music, right? But yeah, this beat sticks with you. I like how Kendrick kind of does it in this sort of dramatic style at first in the beginning with it's survival. I think somebody lying. You know what I mean? How he set it up now, and then
Right.
he just goes smooth with it now. And, he just kind of like we know is you're about to take shots at Drake, right? But it's just how he builds it too, boy.
Yeah.
And lines that stood out for me in particular is like where he says, "Are you finally ready to play? Have you ever? Let's see. Have you ever thought that OVO is working for me?" And
Right.
everybody's like, "Whoa!" You know what I mean?
All
Again,
right. So
it's
this
speculations, yeah. But
this
it's
no
the
no
whole
yeah no
idea of
this
oh my god, like people within Drake's circle feeding Kendrick info now, and that's what he keep
right.
building off of the song here.
Yeah, well, well, it's the actual cover itself because it show Drake on certain drugs, and well, some of
Yes,
these drugs is more like a small insult, aesthetics up, but then so it get kind of dark and serious. Cause what coming later, and yeah,
yes.
this was just more funny than anything. And again, shout out to RDC Will, them motherfuckers was funny on this trend. Some of the best bits. You had to look that shit up, boy. 'Cause that was
All right.
funny as hell, dude. Yeah,
Right. And but this one in particular, this is what I'm really loving about these tracks that Kendrick putting out, right? By the way, somebody, somebody on Facebook, actually made this point, right? And I agree, man. This should be an EP trend. The man put out 4
listen,
tracks
that's what
in
people are
a
saying,
week,
People are saying that,
EP.
it's just straight up a hate Drake EP, that the man put
Yeah.
out in a week, right? Like, it's just what is an EP? That's what it is. Like, yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, no, you're absolutely right. Here is where he bring up the whole, you're fake bully, I hate bullies, you're a
Right,
terrible person, all that kind of stuff. But
right,
this one in particular is, and this is okay. So that last point, and then you get to your thoughts on these two tracks here, right? So on the morning of May the 4th, I put up this Achima cover photo of like a murder board, like what you see in like police procedural, films, right? And yeah, for me, that's how I see, Kendrick's disses, right? Where it's just, oh, it's this fact, is this newspaper clipping, oh, is this reference to this? And it's just all this connected dot stuff, right? So in this one here in particular, he just basically saying, dude, watch the people in your camp, Tread, because
right,
somebody, I find out things, Tread, that for all we know, it could be somebody within your crew, somebody close to you that feed in me this information, me as in Kendrick, or somebody
Right.
close to me this information. So is
Right.
that kind of
So this is
gonna get you
where,
shook, right? And that's why
yeah,
I
this,
love the one last thing, and that's why I love the soulful beat. Is one that I just want to keep you up at night. I want to keep
right.
you up at night with this. That's what it is. I love it. Go on. But
Yeah,
yeah,
no, so
your
yeah,
tracks on Euphoria and this one here.
yeah, no, yeah. Two great tracks. It had you thinking. I again because I don't know what coming in the future. I was like, well, that gotta be it. You go out of it a while. Drake gotta respond, baby. And then because I know Drake's response was coming soon. Like it was coming soon because they was hyping it up for a little while. Cool. And then it's like, all right, well, that track about OVO makes sense. But a lot of people, and this is where the stuff just kind of get helter skelter. Is the whole, and to me, it's a song like Cope, where, hey, Drake really planting ideas for Kendrick and he's gonna set him up and he's a big setup trap. And then he's gonna hit him with some big chess move later. Now. And I was like, well, I mean, if you say so, but like to me, it really matched up there. And like, again, it's boiled down to receipts there, as they see. Yeah, well, that's when it started to get wild. And I went and sleep thinking, all right, well, I'm going to wake up and see Drake and then we're going to talk about Drake for the day. And when I see, we call him shout out to Doughboy and Mike Wise there. Doughboy,
Yeah,
Doughboy put out
they have been they had a
abreast.
radar up dread. So like when I
Right,
see they put up Drake say something like shit, whoa, and
right.
then
No,
I
well,
went up.
I see Doughboy posts. I see, so he pops something, but I see Mike by, well, Facebook real kind of spamming you nowadays. So Mike Wise has responded. It's like, I check, like, wait, Kendrick respond already? What? What going on? And then so I decided to let me listen to this in terms of the chronology of it. And so I listened to, well, yeah, Drake puts out Family Matters. And it's like,
Yes,
oh,
yes,
this is actually pretty good though. Because the thing is,
yes.
here's the thing. The problem with Drake is the problem of production. So he's spending more time on a single thing because he had to do a set of extra bullshit. So you make a whole video and you have the minivan from Good Kid, Man City in it. Like, okay, I get that. You make a bunch of like good lines. He start off with saying nigga, I know it'll make you mad. So he play on the whole N-word thing, right?
Yes,
Which is a
I
good
gotta
move.
go bad. I gotta go bad.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's start short. And I was listening to it, and then he make the whole beat. He do the beat switch thing now. Like, all right, yeah, this is a good shot. But you see, doing that, I know that Kendrick responded already. I was like, wait, Kendrick was waiting for the mandarin. I was like, jeez, wait. Kendrick was just waiting for the man, loaded up the mandarin. To just loaded up the shot, as I say, I'm surgical with this bitch trick. Yeah, with this now, and then to hear that follow up, boy, it has been a surgical spring. Like this point, like
It has been, yeah, boy. So similar to you, Dread. I just woke up Saturday morning. I was about to to finish up a Star Wars show because I was gonna talk about it here in the show, right? And I saw Doughboy and Mike Wise's post. Like, wait, what? I
yeah,
see Drake Family Matters trending, right? And it's an actual video, Dread. So
yeah,
I'll give Drake points for this, right? Yes,
yeah.
this is a
It's a solid
much
out.
better. Yeah, this is a
And then,
much
well, the
better
big
outing
thing.
compared to push-ups, in my opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
So the two big insults I kind of glean from this. I sure it has stuff that I missed, but because again, the reason why I missed it is because what is to come. But yeah, the stuff with his he have, well, one of his kids is not his, right? Is applied.
Yes.
Like, okay,
Yes.
wow.
Yeah.
I
Which
see.
I'll get into. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I would. And then, well, apparently he was beating the girl. They're like, what? All right. No, what the thing
Yeah.
is, I thought this was already like largely addressed on Mr. Morales. Look, I'm a Kendrick fan, but
I'll talk about it. Yeah, go
I only listened to Mr. Morales twice, right? Not my favorite album. Don't listen to it all that much, to be honest, right? So we have
I
like
could understand that.
right,
That's okay. That's okay.
right.
I would tell
So
people if you're a
so
fan of Kendrick but you don't dig Mr. Morale, that's fine.
right,
Yeah.
right. Because Mr. Morales, to me, Mr. Morales is Kendrick's 444. Is he come clean, come up on this album for yourself kind of stuff
Mhm.
now. You're
It's that.
taking, yeah, you're right. You're taking your own shots to yourself. You're taking responsibility and all of that, right? But it didn't have any like big hits for me to stick with me, unlike with 444, which I still listen to a handful of tracks with to this day. But
Dude, top 10 of the 2000, sorry, of the 2010s. I mean,
yeah.
for me,
Anyway,
yeah. Anyway, go on. Yeah.
Mr. Morales. So I don't know like lyrically what to look for. So but in my head, I thought that was the case. Apparently not. Right? Apparently this is new information. Like, all right, okay, that's a good shot to Kendrick. Because again, this is where the Christian divine fellow kind of brings up. He says, look, this kind of holier than thou stuff, when you get dirty, it has hurt Kendrick more than it has hurt Drake, like as it is now. Unless you have there's a couple moral things that is an event horizon that you cannot come back from, right? That not even light can come back from, right? That is where coming dog. And then there we get the following. This is in my opinion, I have no problem calling this a nuke, Dread. That following track that Kendrick dropped, Dread. Like, what is this, Dread? That was like, okay. When I hear that, I like, yeah, I apologize to J. Cole. Like, I totally understand what the fuck was going on. He totally understand what was going on here, Dread. Like,
yes, boy.
I don't, I don't think Kendrick likes this man very much. Like, wow, Dread.
Nope. Yeah,
that was wild, Dread. And it is grimy. And then, what is Alchemist make it?
Alchemist did the beat. I found this out this morning actually. I was like,
oh,
that
I read it. All right, so what happens
that
that Alchemist made the beat a hot minute ago, like a while, like so years, and he gave it to Kendrick apparently. This is according to Questlove on Twitter. Look,
right.
We all becoming Nardwar now, right? So right, but
yeah.
Right. So apparently he just did. So he didn't know that Kendrick is gonna use it for this now. So that is about it. But yeah, it's like, oh, Alchemist made this. That makes perfect sense because that white song is so damn grimy ass track. And yeah, this man just effectively just drop what I consider the first nuke. Right? Because like, what the hell is this? Right? And he says some things as like, what? Because if that is true, couple of things he say, if that shit is true, that could kind of not end Drake, and of course not end him in like the monetary thing, but like, yeah, done though. Because like Pusha do it and then now Kendrick do it a second time. Milligrams was brutal, Dread. Holy shit, Dread. What did I listen to?
It was, boy. But
like, what is this, Dread? Yeah, go ahead.
No, that's okay, boy. But I love how we this kind of reverse thing where I would talk and then you talk afterwards, but you reversed it, but I'm glad to get it off your chest, right? And yeah, I agree totally with you, right? So Family Matters first, right? So saw Family Matters, saw the video, I saw what he did there with the references to Good Kid, Mad City with the car, with the van, sorry. Actually going to New Hawking, and you know, I was like, oh, okay, Drake, okay. But yeah, just song wise is a lot better than Push Ups in my opinion.
Much better in my opinion. Big improvement.
Even the 3 beats used here is great, right? So yes, the man takes shots at Kendrick, of course. But you know, and what you catch me first off is where he say, oh, you know, how one of your kids, actually not the son but the daughter, actually maybe Dave Freeze's child now, right?
Yeah,
Dave Free being basically, yeah, just a filmmaker and just a guy who pretty much does a lot of work with Kendrick. Like that's a majority of the videos that he puts out. Yeah, it's done by him, right? So yeah, you know what I mean? Like you're just thinking, oh, you know, you're just taking pot shots like this, right? You know what I mean? And then near the end, you know, the man went at the Former Boy weekend because for many people who did not listen to We Still Don't Trust You, that's his second, feature and Metro Boomin album. Yeah, there was a track with Weeknd and the man was talking about, that's kind of paraphrasing here. Oh, you know, it's a good thing that I kind of leave this certain manager who was with OVO because I wouldn't get my money, so, some kind of thing like that. No, but it was a pot shot at Drake specifically, and the man sing it to it, and that's what catch people off guard, right?
Right. Yeah.
I'll talk about We Still Don't Trust You in a little bit, right? So yeah, the man takes shots at Weeknd too, right?
But that was a cherry. That was a cherry on top, by the way.
Yeah. So second verse now, the man went in on Rick Ross and actually like some clever, jabs at him too, talking about, because I actually found this out through actually a couple of solid books he put out, one involving in terms of just bossing up, stacking the people and all that kind of stuff. Some good informative stuff in terms of finance and all that kind of stuff, right? But yeah, the man owned like a set of land, right? But like where he says, oh, some chicks had to drive like X amount of miles just to come to get a blowjob. Now, that was like a great line there, right? Even went in on ASAP Rocky because on We Still Don't Trust You, there's a verse that the man drop where he takes shots at Drake. So basically, this man take the second verse, just go in on Weeknd again and Rick Ross and ASAP Rocky, right?
It's extra funny because apparently Rick Ross's plane had a crash landing. Something involved with that, and Rick Ross said some shit about Drake's plane. It was funny. Well,
Oh, okay,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
And of course, you take a couple shots at Future and Metro Boomin as well
Right,
too.
right.
Remember to bring up Metro Boomin at the very end of all of this, right? 'Cause, yeah,
Listen, that
he put
the
out something,
Metro Boomin thing
which
is
is
that
still
is the
funny.
cherry that's the cherry on top, like in my opinion. As I say, I don't know. This the first this this instrumental, you know. Yeah,
Okay. I
yeah,
like that. I like that.
yeah,
Don't patent that, patent that. But yeah, part three though, this is where everybody went nuts. Because not in the video, this is where he and New Hawking and even the owner and all showing off and all that kind of stuff, right? But yeah, this is specifically at Kendrick Dread and the man just going in, talk about, oh, you call the Tupac estate and beg them to sue me and get his well, that single that we talked about last week down, right? What else? He went in talking about, oh, you like to talk about, you're all like peace and love, man, but then you always want to talk like you're some kind of violent guy, but you're not violent and all that kind of stuff, right? And then he brings up the whole thing about putting your hands. Well, what he says is, when you put your hands on your girl, is it self-defense because she's bigger than you? That's what
right,
people are like, whoa, right?
right,
So
right.
to go back
Big
now
words.
to Mr. Morale, right? Now, I know a lot of people probably didn't listen to the record, and that's fine and whatnot, right? But Mr. Morale had nothing to do with him with Kendrick himself abusing his wife. It wasn't about that. It was more about like generational trauma, and he brings it up in the next track in where you talk about medigrams, right? So basically, you talk about how generational trauma kind of affect families, especially generations of families, and it's just to be aware of it and stop it, right? So the next generations don't feel that hurt, right? So Kendrick
Which
now feeling bad, because of the whole infidelity stuff and him feeling
right,
all this insecurity, all that kind of stuff is just like, all right, this is the album where I'm just gonna bare my soul and I just want it to
right.
stop because I don't want maturing to follow down that path and this stuff. And
Which becomes very relevant later.
yeah. In
Yeah,
Family Matters here, Drake so dread the man bring up his uncle because there was a
right.
track on Mr. Morale where he talk about his uncle basically coming out as gay, right? So he went in on
Gay or
that, right?
trans,
Trans actually, trans,
right?
yeah,
Yeah,
it is,
yeah,
yeah, that what it was, right?
yeah.
But yeah, boy, you know what I mean. So now people thinking, oh, this Kendrick beating up his wife, but us, where I felt the burn though was I just read it here. Proposed in 2015, but don't wanna make her your actual wife. I'm guessing this wedding ain't happening, right? Because we know the girls that you actually like, your darkest secrets are coming to like. It's all on your face, like what happened to Mike. I'm like,
Yeah,
God,
that real dread. That's a good
damn.
line. That's good. And he make
Because
fun of the
because
whole
because on Mr. Morale there was a moment, a great moment on his song. I can't remember the name of it right now. Where he talk about while he was touring early on in his career, he fuck a white girl. He kind of just says that, right? And he goes a little deep on that. So
right.
again, it's him kind of being his soul about all this bad stuff that he did, affecting his family and whatnot, right? But for Drake to come and pull that now and say, "Oh, that's the reason why you're married to the girl," it's like, "Oh, jeez," right? And
Right.
I'll close this part now. Is that last line, boy? Well, second to last line, sorry. They hired a crisis management team to clean up the fact that you beat on your queen. The picture you painted ain't what it seemed.
Right.
Like,
Good.
oof. And that's how you end that, though. And I
Yeah.
will lie, found him like Drake went hard, though. Drake
Right.
came in with the Tommy gun, if you will, if you want to go all old school gangs with it, and
Right.
just let off a volley of shots to it. Just had
And
everybody who
again,
was talking shit to them for the past month, basically. That's what the man
but
do.
and the thing is, if I didn't know that Kendrick had a follow up, I'm like, all right, this not that bad because Kendrick have a follow up now. Because I was thinking, wait, this was strong. If Kendrick didn't have a follow up, because I listened to it literally like right after. This had two of them ready there.
Oh,
Uh,
me too, me too. Yeah.
right, and I was like, not good. So if Kendrick didn't follow up immediately, 'cause it was like less than an hour. I don't know. Some people say it's as short as 15 minutes.
It, wa- it
I
was
can
it was
get
57 minutes after.
wow, that
57
real.
minutes.
I mean, this Kendrick just had the bullet in the chamber ready, Dread. Like, jeez.
So it's what feeling like just picturing it, right? So like, Kendrick and the team, just up at night, maybe he white
RDC
sleeping or whatnot,
will
right? And,
RDC will have a bit
oh, they
straight
do
up
this.
on that. They
All
do a
right.
bit straight up on this thread. That's one of the funniest bits thread. Because it is,
And it,
hey, listen, they had to watch your bits, but all them sketches are real funny, Dread. Because they really do a good
all
job
right.
with that.
I'll,
They just have
I'll
Kendrick as this sinister figure, Dread. Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, like Kendrick was up all night. He's like, oh, okay, fine, matters drop. All right, here's what I'll do. Okay, I'll drop it when, boy, I could drop it 6, I could drop it like 7. Nah, boy, let me drop it 1. And then it's like, nah. A twin patient man literally drop it 12:57 a.m. dread, you know what I mean? But yes, like you, because I wanna keep things chronological with this. Yes, I listen to Meaty Grams. So just to touch on the beat quickly. This beat has been swimming in my brain since I heard it. Boy. There's
This
something
this
so
this this, this
cold
yeah.
and menacing and frightening about it, and it's
This
just
this
how dramatic it is with the piano keys. That bing,
this
bing, bing,
this something
bing.
like
Something
that come
about
out of
that.
Hitchcock. It come out of Hitchcock film, Dread.
Yes, boy. Yes,
Yeah.
you're right. You're right. But what is like how I see it, boy. Again, it's just that beat does keep you is a beat that'll keep you up at night, boy. So like you just like you can't sleep because you're just thinking, oh shit, what this man see about my family and my crew and all that kind of stuff, right? But yeah, about the family though, I just love how this song is constructed, right?
Yeah.
Where it's basically Kendrick just talking to everybody in the the main members of the Grahams, right? Of the family
Yeah.
itself, right? So he started with Adonis, kind of talking
Yeah,
about,
boy.
oh, your
Of
daddy's a
course,
bitch,
boy.
and
Yeah, boy.
blah blah blah. And but what is how he ended though, right? Where he says, "Can't understand me right now. Just play this when you 18."
Yeah, boy.
I was
Oh
like, all right,
god, boy.
boom, punch the face, boom, right? Second verse, he just said, all right, well, that was strong. And then the man went in on Sandra,
Your mother, yeah.
which is Drake mother, who
Yeah.
I was actually surprised she starts off Family Matters. So that's the female voice you hear at the beginning.
Exactly. No,
And
the
then
thing
Drake
is,
kind of cut she and say,
she
no, I had to go in. Leave
no,
my mom, let me go in.
but she jumping. Remember, she jumped into the thing because she was part of this because of Rick Ross now, and she tried to say, "Oh, Rick Ross is this
Oh,
reason that." And to me, that was such a cornball move by Drake, though. Like he decided to have a chat with the mother and then put that chat up on Instagram. Like, what you doing, Dread? Like, what's the point of that? Whatever. Yeah, go ahead.
Jesus Christ. This is where we at. Like, you had to tell your mommy, this man,
It's such a
kiss mom,
cornball
boy.
move. Yeah.
But yeah, in this verse though, he goes in on Sandra and Dennis, as in Drake's dad, right? Basically saying,
Right.
look at the piece of shit that you raised, right?
Yeah, boy.
The third verse though is where Jaws drop because I have a speculation with this, right? Can the man seeing how he just called her baby girl, so he just saying basically that Drake actually have a daughter by an outside
Right.
woman, right?
So here's the thing
And
with this, right?
go on.
So, yeah, go ahead. No, so here's the thing with this, right? So not only you have a daughter, so it's a second hide in that child scenario, which is
Yes.
already not a problem. But okay, so it don't seem to have. So okay, let me just put what was the hard evidence? It had an article in 2015 apparently, right? You could find it. You could probably look it up. It had an article in 2015 about um Drake having a daughter apparently, right? And she was 2 years old at the time, so that was 9 years ago. So she should be 11 by now.
11, and yes, he brings up that you're 11 or something like that. Yeah, he does
Right.
bring it up in the
That
song.
is
Yes.
one. That is one. But two, it also is a possibility that it have something to do with Millie Bobby Brown. Because remember she played 11 on the Dash show now. So because I don't know. So
Oh,
that's the double entendre because you playing on the whole the problem with Drake now. Like I listen, people are talking the shit for Drake
yeah.
or Drake for a hot minute, eh? So
Of
yeah,
course, the supposed at the time, pedophilia and
right.
kind of pervy vibes now. And we
Right.
saw that with Millie Bobby Brown, who was, I think she was 15 at the time when
She
that
was
infamous picture
right.
was taken of
Right.
them. Yeah. Hmm.
Right. So it's that, right? They have a relationship long before she turned 18. She only turned 18 like 2 years ago, whatever it is now. And those conversations are much older. So that's what it is. And I'm like, wait, that had my jaw on the floor. Like, wait, should Drake really have a daughter? Is this like a kind of metaphor? What going on here? Like, does he
Yeah.
really have a daughter? And apparently there is someone called Eternity Joy. Apparently. I think it's
Okay.
true. Apparently there's a real person named Eternity Joy. She is an 11-year-old girl who is Drake's daughter. Like, apparently that's the case. But I don't know if it's solid. Because everybody's saying how everything else Kendrick has said is the receipts has been thing. It's just this one thing they effectively want to dox this little girl to find that out now. And look, this is what happened with Pusha T, like with Pusha T now. Like to be fair to Drake on this, Drake was planning to put this information out about Adonis. It's just Pusha jump in front of it and fuck him up early now. But he had a whole thing. He had, if I remember correctly, had a plan to put it out and announce it and so on and make a whole deal out of it. So I don't know what's going on here. But if this is true, and you take it literally true, that's already a damning thing. But and then it's not the most damning thing. Sorry to say it. That was already bad. But so Drake himself denied it, outright denied it. But people say no, it have somebody can name Eternity Joy. I don't know. It still could be false. Nobody really too super clear on it. I still haven't gotten a final answer on it. But
Yeah,
it's a real bad look. It is
it
an
is, right?
incredibly
But
bad
but
look.
but 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 for me though, the beauty of that particular verse, right, and the song as a whole, right? And I like that in that same verse he mentions Mr. Morale, right? He's talking
Right.
about, yeah, listen to Mr. Morale because I address stuff like this. I address, oh, you now as a child have to deal with the hurt and drama that your parents kind of throw upon you, unintentionally, right? And
Right.
you have to kind of learn to kind of accept that and move forward with your life, right? And be better, right? That's what he's addressing in this. So
Right.
he's throughout the track, he's comparing himself as a dad now and the stuff that he went through, and
Right.
now kind of telling, well, basically his Drake's kids about this, right? But I also love this is just me speculating here, right? Even if he does not have a daughter with an outside woman, if he doesn't, right, it could just be sort of like metaphorically, like, you know what, eventually Drake, if it is that you do have a daughter and she's 11 and she hears this, I still gonna tell you that your dad is a piece of shit.
Right.
Right? You know what I mean?
Right.
And for all we know, he probably will not be there in your life similar to what he says here,
Well, it
because,
makes no,
he
but it
has
makes
to, just so because he has to live that lifestyle, right? And then that's where he brings up the whole, even earlier on, the gambling problems and the addictions and all that kind of stuff.
right.
Basically saying that your dad basically is a deadbeat. That's how he kind of ends it, right? So it's like, even if the child is real or not, it's like, he will still, Drake himself will not be a proper dad because of the way he is now in general, right? And he blames that on how he
Right.
was
And
brought
all of
up.
that.
So
But
there's layers to it.
yeah, yeah. Retroactively, it makes Story of Adadon now worse for
Oh,
him. It makes Story of Adadon now worse because, like, wait, he had an older child that he denied earlier.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
She's older. I was like, wait, Drake have a
Yes,
daughter that with her. I thought he have a daughter and the daughter younger and he that keep quiet. I'm like, yeah, but why would he keep that quiet? That kind of weird, right? No, it's an older girl he tried to hide, and now it's only because people find out about Adonis. That's why that's looking worse now. I'm like, wow, Jared, that is a rough kind of call, though, right there, though.
it is,
And
right?
that's not the worst of it.
Yeah,
That's
and
not the worst of
then
it.
he saves the best for last, but he
Yeah,
goes
boy.
at Aubrey, and you
Oh
could
boy.
feel the venom come
This
out of this
listen,
store.
this just feel like a piece of dark witchcraft happening right in front of our
Oh,
eyes, right? Here,
yeah.
jeez, man.
Now, I just love how it starts and ends. And of course, in between is great, right? But how he says, I know you're probably thinking I wanted to crash your party, but truthfully, I don't have a heating bone in my body. This is supposed to be a good exhibition within the game, but you fucked up the moment you call up my family's name, Dread. I
Right.
was like, all right, shit gonna get real now. And he
Yeah.
goes in about 30, you're 37, be showing up as a 7-year-old, you have gambling problems, drinking problems, so on and so forth. But where I felt it, by where I feel everybody felt it, is near the end where you lied about your accent, your past tense, you lied about your ghostwriter, you just hearing that ad lib in the background. You lied, and your feelings, right? And then it just ends with two of the best lines I've heard all year, which is, you lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle. This is a long battle with yourself.
Yeah, boy.
Dum
That
dum dum dum
yeah,
dum 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 dum. Like
yeah.
chills, dog.
Yeah,
Chills.
no.
I'm like, yeah, that's right.
I listen, that shit had me just quiet, Dread. I just like, but Joe was on the floor with that Dread. I was like, what? That real man though. Oh my god. Could that wake me up? Cause I was thinking, I gotta listen to Drake. Alright, it's all kind of dread. Gotta drink some coffee, go and sleep, come back and just check the drama. Kendrick gonna be real hard. I probably gonna listen to a hard track and uh whatever. I still got this take some coffee and then go back to sleep and then listen to the drama later. That wake me up one time, Dread. Go to Twitter, go to Reddit to see what the fuck going on here. That real man though.
I can imagine how Reddit went though. Well, I mean Twitter, of course, Twitter
Oh my
go ape shit,
god,
right?
dog. Yeah.
But Reddit though, like, okay.
That shit was wild as hell, Dread. That oh my god. And then to find out that's not the end of it. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Go ahead. When now you're streaming through because okay, this fucking thing that's completely dominate the algorithm. Where unfortunately, I mean, good thing I have a way to filter my way out and do some important work on the side and follow important news. But TikTok algorithm is completely dominated by the feud now. And So while you're watching everybody, people doing RNC World jokes, everybody doing the commentary, everybody dropping the thing, I listen to every video. It really funny stuff. A lot of great jokes, a lot of great bits. A lot of people
Yeah.
repeated some of the same jokes, but
Right,
mostly
and of course you had to mention reactions because
right.
everybody I know react
A
well.
lot
Everybody I
of
know
great
reacting to
reactions.
this.
Everybody
Look,
making,
it's so dread though. I don't know if you know this guy Big Quint. Indeed,
yes, Big
this
Quid
man just
announced
come
until
out
he
of
comes back.
nowhere. This man come
Yeah,
out of
Big
a
Quid
hiatus,
announced.
and the
I'm like,
man have like this montage of just him reacting to shit whole week. But like what?
but Big Quid, like
It's a
I hear
shame
Big
that
Quid's a
he
hot
didn't
minute
do.
dread.
It's a shame he didn't well if he had just waited a little bit longer he could have
A little
put out
longer.
the last track which you'll get into, right? But now the
Right.
man put
But
out like everything else, so like
I
what?
listen to yeah again Christian Divine, Fantano, it have a black fella like FD Signifier. He had a lot of great takes on this whole
Yeah,
thing.
I follow him. I follow him. Like
Right.
I,
And
for the most part I agree with what does he say about Cola.
yeah.
I agree with him with what he said.
But I followed and then but then I go through, you go through the comments just to see the little jokes and little funny shit, right? And then I see it, he dropped again. Like what do you mean? They
Yes,
make it
boy.
they saying it, but you see this is the last drop though. And then when I just check something and I see the thing with Drake House now. But when I see what symbol on it, that is the tag for thing, I'm like, oh no, Kendrick going with
Yep.
that shit. I know what when I see this thing symbol. Okay, so I just do a lot of like internet work with respect to that now, like finding out, who those people are. That's all we'll say, who those types of people are and why and whatnot, because yeah, he mentioned it in this. And then when I see it over Drake House, it's like about 6 or 7 of them in the picture. I'm like, Kendrick, no, what going on here? This is so
Yeah.
wild though. And I listen to that, I'm like, oh shit, this real bad though. Like,
Yeah.
goddamn. Go ahead.
But just to touch on quickly, right? Points for the marketing team behind Kendrick's output, right?
For
Because
real.
it's just these purposeful, a lot of
Very,
meanings in
yes.
it, with
Yes,
with the simple artwork, with the simple
yeah.
single art, if you will, Dre. But now when you dig in
So
deep, it's like,
it's very
oh,
reminiscent of
that's what
like
it means.
it's very reminiscent of Pusha T cover albums. Like you're saying something with that, you
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
like, these kind of
Of
things.
course, perfect example. Story of Adidon. I mean, that
Right.
cover alone is,
Yeah.
like,
Right.
yeah. But this one was crazy too because the man hook up with Mustard. Now, you know what I mean? So
Right.
you just hearing this sort of this West Coast beat. It's bounties that and I won't lie though, this beat catchy,
It's
the
hard.
hook catchy
Very hard.
AF.
Yeah.
They not like us. They not like us.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
and you bop into it to her, but
Yeah, boy.
you hearing the distance to her.
And then
What?
this playing in clubs all over for the weekend. This dominating
Why am
clubs
I
all over
not surprised? Why am I not
all over
surprised?
Dread for the weekend. Like you're seeing people videos just saying playing it. Anytime Drake play, he getting boo. Jeez, boy. Like look, right now he not controlling the discourse good at all, Dread.
Yeah, I can imagine. Speaking of
Plus,
that,
even
though,
even
it's
some NBA commentary team, they were playing Euphoria. I'm like, wow,
yeah.
Dre. You're like, nah, boy. They might
You know is it the second beat that
I
have
can't remember. I think so.
a
Yeah.
kind of a all right, forgive me, 'cause I don't know, I'm not a big NBA, I'm not a big basketball fan, but
Right.
that intro have a kind of a nice okay when the players coming into the entering, it have that kind of like, okay, we're gonna get the audience riled up. You know what I mean? Something. It kind of get your blood boiling there.
Right.
I don't know. For all I know, it's probably that second section that they play. Maybe I don't know, right? But yeah, this song so hard though that just lines, just little ad libs, if you will, bits of lines though trending, right? So OV trending, here 69 God trending. It's like what? What
Yeah.
going on here, right? But the beauty about this song for me though is like, like Kendrick giving us different sides of this, like different sides of his artistry, right? So you get the more mellow stuff where he just being like, kind of reflective in a sense with 616. You
Yeah.
get the real methodical stuff with Meet the Grahams. You get rowdy pissed off Kendrick with Euphoria now. And now not like us, it's just literally him like in the club, just
Yeah, but
wilding out and just having fun. So it's the most fun out of these tracks though, but it's still brutal nonetheless. So and this one here, you might just basically talking about the whole pedophilia stuff that's kind of
yeah,
going,
but
it's
oh
kind of
god.
diving deeper into it though. I forget to mention too though, E minor. trending too,
Yeah,
no.
boy. I
When I see
surprised
that,
I
boy, I like,
surprised more people in
no,
call
boy.
I surprised more people in call out as a corny line because it's kind of a corny line, I think. But you know, it's
It
one of
is,
those
but it's
internet
how we
jokes,
say it though with the A
but it's like, oh
minor,
god, boy,
right?
you know it coming, Judd.
Yeah. But yeah, that's a close up this section. Well, sorry, this song here. Yeah, this is the most fun of the diss tracks that he's put out so far though. Even the last verse hit hard too, where he kind of go a little historical, talking about oh gosh, well, talking about how Atlanta was a place where
Yes,
where saw
that is
progression.
that is stuff you really need to attack Drake on. Like,
Yeah, boy.
yeah,
And
it's
it's
something
something
people
like
have
you
been
wouldn't think
saying
about
for
it,
a
but
long time.
I like how Kendrick frames it though, see, talking about it, and then he say, bear with me for a second, let me put you all on game. He go a
You're
little
right.
further with it, with the historical stuff, and then he pointed to Drake and talk about, oh, and yes, he bring up a good point. He like to team up with Atlanta rappers just to get more shine. So he call off, he bleeding call out Future first, and then, Young Thug, 21 Savage, and all that kind of stuff. Is like, yeah, you are right. You
Mhm.
are right. And I love
Correct.
how that verse ends where it says the family matter and the truth of the matter, it was God's plan, to show
Mhm.
you're the liar. I love
You're
that.
right.
I love that. I love that. I
Yeah.
love that. And then the end, with the bridge and the outro is just him just having fun with the OV stuff. I just like, wow, boy, like you are just enjoying yourself with this right now. But yeah, this is fun. I had a dumb smile on my face the 3-4 times I listened to it last night. And I just did like, wow, Kendrick, like you just you had a plan laid out all along though. The past
Yeah,
3 weeks you wasn't
God,
hearing
boy.
nothing. It's like, all right, I'm gonna give you a little smooth track. We're gonna give you something to kind of make you get your paws to raise and whatnot. And yeah, we're gonna have a song where this basically is basically fun to laugh at Drake though. I love it. I
Yeah, boy.
love this rollout this man has been doing. But yeah, your thoughts on Not Like Us.
You know, this was the last one because it's more nuke-like as well, eh? It's like, jeez, boy. Uh, you serious with this, right? Like this, and it's a hard thing to shake. Like, sorry to say it, everybody, again, a bunch of great memes and sketches around this that people make up and people fast with it, eh? Real fast with it on this one, eh? But
Oh,
is
well, sorry to cut you, Ricardo. Question, right? Since she's been on TikTok, right? Is there a dance for this as yet?
probably.
Because the only thing really is just to do like, I don't know, like some crip walk or something, because it have that bounce it way. But I don't know,
Right.
somebody had to do a Not Like Us dance for this.
Sure.
Something.
Like, but the thing is, it's just people, just everybody just dragging this man. It has so much as all this material in and around this stuff. Trend is really a bad look. Like, jeez, boy. I don't know, boy. And well, the cherry on top. Yeah.
Yeah, Metro Boomin wants
Metro.
some more. He actually wants some more, Dread. So the man put out, as you say, a instrumental. I love that. Right? Again,
Yeah.
pattern that, right? Yeah, where is boy? BBL Drake. That's all. Let
Right.
me just
BBL
get the
Drizzy.
name. Yeah, BBL Drizzy. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I will lie though, I was bumping my head. Dude. It
Mhm.
is a bop. It's a bop.
Yeah.
I
No,
did
I
not
went very
expect.
hard.
I did
I
not
went
expect the
very hard.
vocals in it
Yeah.
though, but the
Yeah.
vocals work though. They work. Um, I think it is based off of something that Kendrick did bring up the whole BBL thing, right? I think he brought it up in one of his songs. I think it was in Meet the Grams, if I'm not mistaken,
Right.
or probably 616. I'm not too sure, right? But it's a bop. But I don't know. I feel like this is the first time in history, Dread, where a producer say, "Here's what I'm going to make a beat specifically designed for anybody to this guy here.
Mhm.
I'm gonna put it out there to the world, and I want y'all to do something with it, right?" Now, I hope that we can get back to this in the next episode, though. I will stay tuned on YouTube and IG Reels and whatnot. You could stay tuned on YouTube and TikTok, Joe. But I just have a feeling that
So
just a
yeah.
bunch of people out of the blue will just come out and just do raps just because, though. But here's the
Yeah.
thing: I want to see like a major rapper, like a big rapper, now
Do
take
something
that beat
hard.
and do something with it.
Yeah.
That's the catch.
Me too.
I'll be like, oh,
Yeah.
wow, okay.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
now this is historical here.
yeah.
I've just have one last point to make about just how things are going, and then we'll move on, right? But yeah, your thoughts on Metro Boomin's
Yeah,
plan
it's a
here?
great funny track. I think Mike Wise made a funny cut on that.
Yes, he
Yeah.
did, he did.
But
Yeah, well, shout out to Mike, right? But
yeah,
if you could come up with something though. But
yeah,
but
bring
here's the
it.
thing though, does it but here's the sucky part about it now. It kinda have to be about Drake though, because of the vocals. It,
I
it,
was saying
it, it can't
my
it can't
boy,
work around it, that's the problem.
my boy,
So
my
so
boy, this
so
part
Bowman
out.
was smart. Bowman smart. Yeah.
Moving put a bounty on Drake, Drake. That would make it funny, Drake. Like, jeez, boy. But yeah, this was a pretty a great track. I like listening to it. It is funny in its own right. I really want to see what people are gonna come up with it. That might dominate the week. Maybe what unless Drake himself drops or well, I hear a little scuttlebutt that Kendrick gonna drop again. But I heard something on Monday gonna happen, right tomorrow, right? Maybe tonight. I'm not sure, but I heard something tomorrow because I was hearing something about Monday. And that seemed a lot more reasonable than anything like anything. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. I kind of get out of the bubble to go back and do some real work, but this was a lot of fun to engage in that, just to watch this. And look, it's one of those things they come up on some Drake, right? We get into this dumb argument about race and Kendrick trying to play the race card. That is not what Kendrick did. And it's he in this last track, with the colonizer stuff. Now that's to me the stuff that sticks. This stuff that people's always talking about to Drake. And because he stopped making good music, the reason he get away with it is because he was making legit bops. So once he stopped doing that and he started dry up, it's like, well, immediately he'll implode now. Because he get away with it for a better part of 10 years. Like, just admit that. And so on and so forth. Yeah, but then the Sean P. Drizzy Combe stuff. That
Yes,
stuff
boy.
that stuff going to stick too, because again, you gotta tell people, well, all right, what you're gonna do, how you're gonna make this work as it is, and how you're gonna respond to it, and what you're gonna do. Again, there's a video by that guy Christian Divine. He has a lot of great, actually, like, reasonably solid advice. But because he didn't say he'd want to help Drake, he didn't say he want to continue the chaos, and he make that joke again. Heath Ledger's Joker, he makes reference to. But there's a lot of legit great advice. It's like, oh yeah, this is a good way for Drake to fight back, actually fight back there. But right now, Drake, yeah, duck on the menu in that New Hooking restaurant, boy. Duck is
Yeah,
on the
boy.
menu in
Doc,
New
Doc is on the
Hooking.
menu,
Duck is on
indeed,
the
boy.
menu in the New Hooking restaurant. Right now, it's not looking good for him at all, Dread. This is a real
Yeah,
bad look, Dread. So I really want to
yeah.
see what we're gonna come up with. So yeah.
So right, so
But
just a couple, just well, one point on this, well, observation and point I just want to make, and then we wrap it, right? So
sure.
observation, this thing's so dread, dude, that even Ty Dolla Sign and Kanye say, okay, Vulture Sue dropping this Friday. Oh wait, okay, you know what? Yeah, let me just wait. Let me just wait. Let me just wait.
Ghostface Killer and Nas drop a track. It's very hard.
I know, and I
And
haven't
nobody
even
talk
sat
about
down to
nothing.
listen to it, you know.
Nobody talk
I
about
feel
anything.
bad. I feel bad because I love those artists, and I have not
Yes.
sat down to listen to this because my
Nothing.
mind is just at the time
Yeah.
on
Listen, that's
Friday was just
yeah,
thinking about 616 and that
yeah.
Al Green sample, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
But
but the whole thing,
yeah,
this whole thing just suck up all the oxygen in the room, Dread. Like, it was
it
just
did,
that good,
boy.
Dread. That good. But we really get showing. Listen,
Yeah,
all this generation of hip hop fans, they eat good, boy. Drake haters especially eat real good this week, boy. Oh my god. Like, I
yes,
can't
but
call myself a true Drake hater in any real sense, but he's one of these people that is just he just do this kind of chicken shit thing that's kind of bottom is, you're fighting somebody. You're fighting somebody on Tumblr, right? It's that bullshit now. All these chicken shit moves and privilege moves now. Let's call it that, right? It's that kind of stuff. And I've encountered a handful of people who like that in my life. So to see Drake get taken down a peg, well, it was already funny with the story of Adidon. He never recover from that. But with this is that. And then, yeah, how you know that Drake in trouble is that the kind of responses you're getting from Drake defenders and Drake responses is kind of bad. Like, it's the oh well, I really wanted my jaw to hurt your fist. Like, that is the kind of argument you're hearing now. Like, oh, it's part of my plan and I really gonna do that and so on. So it's like, no, the evidence is there. You just as you say, if you're pretending to eat shit, you're still eating shit. Like, sorry,
yeah, yeah.
it's that. A hard presser. Oh no, I should put it. If you're eating shit ironically, you're still eating shit, though, right? Is that right?
Right.
Like, it's not looking good, as I said. But to me, the Sean P. Juicy Combe stuff, that's the event horizon I can't see it could come back from, right? Unless it's outright untrue, that kind of thing. But even if it's not true, it's still a bad look because of Drake's pattern of behavior. Sorry to say it. All the messages, the girls he talked to on Instagram, people just talk about, I think Ice Spice's cousin talk about him and so on and so
Oh
forth. Right?
wow.
It's a thing. It's a pattern. Let us be clear about that. So yeah. But yeah, I had a lot of fun with this as it is. This
Yeah.
was just hilarious to watch us keep it up with it. I mean, I gladly keep out of the loop, but I still get to cover real important shit going on in the world. Real things are following that I was somewhat involved with. But yeah, this
Look,
was still hard.
I still managed to watch some Star Wars stuff yesterday.
Right.
Despite all that, right? But yeah,
Right.
that's just the observation. Sorry, well, I already say the observation, but that's the point, right? And then we'll move on. Like when it comes to this, right? As entertaining as it is so wildly entertaining, right? I know that there will be the naysayers, and this comes with the territory, right? Who'll be like, we should not be doing this, and this is beyond us, and this is just promoting hate and all that kind of stuff, right? The point again is that I would not want this to escalate to a Tupac or Biggie level. Nobody wants that, right?
Right.
But it's just basically the landscape of hip hop right now, though, just two different sides, two different perspectives, and we just seeing how this thing plays out, right? The thing is, what makes this so spooky, though, is that we don't know where this is gonna go, but I am just hoping and praying that it does not lead into anything overly violent. Somebody gets killed and everything stops. It's like, oh my god, like I'm so sorry for what I said about Adonis and all that kind of stuff, right? I hope it does not lead to that. I don't even know what the future will be for their careers, though. Even Kendrick, I mean, and whatnot, right? But yeah, this is really, really interesting and fascinating. But I will lie, this is kind of fun. What I mean, it's kind of interesting seeing all this stuff play out, though. And yeah, who knows what we're gonna get this week here, though. So yeah, literally keeping my ears open out for this, for any new diss tracks or whatnot. But again, though, J. Cole back out at just the right time. I don't know if Rick Ross is gonna say anything. I don't know if Ty Dolla $ign and Kanye gonna say anything on Vultures 2. I don't know if Pusha T will come in and say something as well too. Or if some random rapper that you wouldn't even think associated with it, with this comedy blue, like, yeah, what I mean, fuck this guy, whatever, like that, right? We don't know, right? But yeah, these are really interesting times as far as rap music goes. But really, the winners out of all of this, though, are the fans. So we are enjoying this. Like, look, we live in a world now where there is a instrumental, Dread. This is the world we in right now, Dread. Like this is amazing to me, Dread. You know what I mean? So I'm not saying that I want this thing to continue on, though, but it's just I don't know where this is gonna go. That's the thing, though. But I guess we will see. That's the best way I could end things off. So I don't know if you have any last words, and then we could move on.
Yeah, not too much. I mean, it's just more, again, I say I don't want it to go to that level of that bad behavior or anything like that. But yeah, it still was like one of these things that are just really, really fun to watch, just play out and find engaging. It was like legit funny, in my opinion, and so on and so forth. But yeah, it was fun. This was fun. I don't hope it goes on too long, because it'll kind of run into the ground. As I say, how Drake will respond is up to him. But again, it's because of the culture stuff, and that stuff is the whole culture vulture stuff. To me, was the stuff that had to be addressed finally after how much years of his career, and so on and so forth. But yeah,
right. I could just make one last point, folks. One last point, right?
Last word.
Maybe it's just because I'm a old head when it comes to this, though. But I don't know. It's just because, and also too, because I just collect music, like a lot of music.
Yep.
A part of me, though, wishes that we could go back to the Jay-Z and Nas era, where when people put out diss tracks, they show up on albums. On classic albums, on albums that we give 5 out of 5 mics to, and all that kind of stuff, though. Mm-hmm. Instead of, it's a single and it could be out, and then somebody could get threatened, of getting sued, and then we pull it away.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that part.
With 7 minute, with J. Cole's 7 minute freestyle, whatever it is.
Well, we don't talk about that part, because where Drake, I think Drake had a slight advantage, was getting his track pulled out from the Tupac estate stuff. And
yes.
He tried to frame it like if, Kendrick called them to get that done. Now it's like, you try to get like that pulled. Like Metro Boomin was calling him out on that. And I was like, well. And that's the kind of thing with Drake recast on. He just played these behind the scenes executive corporate level shenanigans. You can't do both now. Like, it's feel like your feet double dipping in that sense now. And so on and so forth. Whatever. I don't care to get into that, because it's almost all speculation. But whatever. You get the point.
Yeah, whatever. But yeah, Drake v Kendrick by week 1, actually. But we'll see how this saga continues on, but so we keep our eyes and ears to the ground with this one, man. So yeah.